Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with a review of the 144 scale high-grade Universal Century Kämpfer from the 0080 OVA series. And this model kit has been provided to me by my favorite online hobby store, Hobbylink Japan. Links down below. And man, looking at the Kämpfer without its weapons makes it look kinda sad and empty, or maybe that's just because of the sad frog face on his chest. But regardless, we get a very competent base model to mount all of that equipment onto. The seam lines are mostly well hidden with only a few ones on the shoulder and the back thrusters, and with a sticker sheet this small, things are looking even better. We get a whopping 3 stickers for the single mono eye in case you want to move it and damage it, and 2 white stickers, one for the antenna and one for the spike. Unfortunately, this small sticker sheet doesn't mean that we're done just yet. If you want it to be completely color accurate, prepare some yellow paint for here, there, and simply put inside of every single thruster. Still, for 2008, this is about what I'd expect, and hey, we get some clear marking stickers too. So overall, things are looking pretty good for this thing. And talking about cool stuff, let's have a look at what he comes with. Starting off with what's already on the machine, we get the Vulcans on the head and 2 beam sabers that are supposed to pop out from the upper legs, but thank God they didn't replicate that. That would have been a serious pain. Instead, they fit into the hands absolutely perfectly and also come with 2 really nice looking yellow beam sabers. Then for his other weaponry, we get 2 shotguns with a very simple construction, basically 2 halves slapped together with the choice with or without a stock. We also get 2 dedicated trigger finger hands that are on a slight angle so that they have no problems holding onto the shotguns even when you choose to have the stock on them. Another thing that can grab onto the shotguns is the open left hand. It's just a shame that these pump action shotguns don't actually have the feature in this model kit. And if you get tired of the shotguns, you can always use this piece to store one of them on his butt. And I almost forgot about the painting. This shotgun is actually supposed to be a lighter gray than the rest, so technically you would have to paint the whole thing. Next up are the 2 giant bazookas. And again, they're basically 2 halves slapped together, creating a nice seam line all across the damn things. And for some added fun, you also have to paint the sensor green, which would have been nice as a sticker considering we get 3 stickers for the mono eye. We do get a moving handle that will help a lot with posing, but talking about posing, when I was looking through the manual, I saw this picture, so I figured that I'd just use the trigger finger hands with the bazookas as well. And if you're careful, sure, but they're in there extremely loosely. So then I decided to actually read the manual, and guess what? You're actually supposed to use the regular hands, and suddenly it's another perfect fit. Although it doesn't look quite as good as with the trigger finger hands. And then for storage, you simply clip them onto these brackets that peg into the backpack. Then the last weapons you can store on this machine are the 2 Sturmfausts, and it is the usual story again. The top consists of 2 halves slapped together with a seam line in the middle, and as with all high-grade Sturmfausts, there is no firing mode. But what matters most is that they are a solid fit both in the holding hands as well as in the leg-mounted brackets. And now our Kämpfer is looking a lot more like a Kämpfer should. But there is still one final accessory, the chain mine. And this time around they did a really good job of hiding the seam lines. But technically speaking, just like the shotguns, you're gonna have to paint them all in a lighter gray. And then this button thing has to be painted yellow. As for posing it, it is the only weapon with a peg that slots into the right holding hand, giving it a very secure connection, but to absolutely no one's surprise, the chain mine itself gets dragged down by gravity quite a bit. Also, these things can be individually thrown, so they become some kind of grenade. Quite the multifunctional thing. Also, when I first watched the OVA, I never understood how he managed to get so lucky that he just pulled this out of a random Federation truck, but I guess it makes more sense to assume that the Cyclops team planted this truck just in case. And now let's strip him down again to have a look at the articulation. The head is on a ball joint and hinge combo, giving you a nice range of movement, but the ball joint does feel rather loose. The shoulders go backwards and forwards and go up nicely with the spike armor hinging out of the way. The arm rotates around below the shoulder and the elbow bends on only one joint. But despite bending only 90 degrees, it does look like more because the arm is curved. And the hands are, as always, on ball joints, will wiggle around, turn around, and do everything a ball joint does. The same thing goes for the waist, and since those pipes are connected to the upper body, they don't hinge. We also get some nice articulation on the ball jointed hips. The legs go really far forwards and also really far backwards. Outwards nicely, and will also rotate around a bit. It's also cool that these thrusters will go up and down a bit, but what's less cool is what they do to the double jointed legs. Unfortunately, that's just how the Kämpfer was designed. But on the other side, we get these really nice moving knees, giving you that master grade knee separation feel. And finally, the feet are on a hinge and ball joint combo, giving us nice forwards and backwards movement, side to side, and rotation. Overall, the articulation is neat for the time. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it is enough to get some cool poses with the Kämpfer. And getting an action base with a peg connector will also help you a lot. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, it all comes down to the price. The Kämpfer itself is a pretty average kit, but in a positive way. As in, you like the Kämpfer, you buy this kit, you're happy. But what really pushes this thing above average is the value that it offers. For a mere 1,800 yen, you're getting a cool looking mobile suit with 2 beam sabers, 2 bazookas, 2 shotguns, 2 Sturmfausts, and a chain mine. If you're a fan of Zeon and you're collecting more 44 scale kits, you have to buy this. Whether you display the Kämpfer with all of his weapons or you pass them around to your other Zeke machines, I can assure you that you're going to have a great time with this model kit. However, if you want a Kämpfer with perfect color accuracy out of the box, you might want to consider the Master Grade instead. It is old, but it does have some cool gimmicks, and it will give your brand new Master Grade Alex something to shoot at. I'll have it linked down below as well. And then for some size comparisons, first of all, here is next to some other great value Zeon mobile suits, the Domtropen Sand Brown version and the Doben Wolf. You really can't go wrong with any of these. And then here he is next to his best friends, the NT1 Alex and the Jim Sniper 2. And don't worry, this one does not belong to the Scarlet team. And finally, here he is next to the standard size Jim Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. And you know what? I always imagined the Kämpfer as a much bigger machine. But the numbers don't lie. This is completely accurate. And that's all for this review, brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. And as always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope all of you watching have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.